Grayson Barrett is one of the youngest artists that we have here at Art One. At just 9 years old, Grayson has a lot of artistic potential. We met Grayson about a year ago when he and his grandpa ritualistically visited the gallery on Saturday mornings. Typically, we only bring in up-and-coming artists high school or above. However, Grayson's enthusiasm and excitement for his work was both inspirational and deserving of a chance to pursue his talent. Grayson loves to experiment with different techniques and styles. In the past, he has painted with an impressionistic style, but has also worked with tape, layering techniques, and acrylic pours. His artwork is very imaginative in terms of color choices, brushstrokes, and even when titling his creations. Although he is young, Grayson is a very prolific artist, and our clients always recognize his work. His pieces are very popular, and that's why he's sold out almost every single one of his shows here.
Hello everyone, today we'll be interviewing Grayson Barrett and his mother, Allison. Thank you guys for sending me that video, first of all, of you painting. That was tremendous, and taking some time for an interview. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Of course. So my first question is, you're pretty young, but when did you start to pick up a paintbrush and realize painting was something you liked?
I think it was on my 8th birthday where my grandparents got me painting supplies like an easel and paint and brushes. And I painted a little wine glass, and then I painted more stuff. And I realized I really liked painting.
Very cool. So I know that you came to the gallery with your grandpa. Did he kind of get you started in the art world?
Yes.
Grayson, do you remember what it was like to sell like your first painting?
I was really happy.
Good.
What else?
Yeah.
I was happy because I knew that people liked my artwork.
Very, very good. Yeah, I mean, it's very popular. A lot of our clients, they like to see what you make and what you do that's new.
Cool.
What do you do with the money when a painting sells and you get, we write you a check? What do you do with that?
Some of the money I put back into my paintings to buy like art supplies. Some of the money I put into savings, and some of the money I put into the stock market.
The stock market? That's
Yes.
really cool. You're in the stock market and you're young. I've never been in the stock market.
Yeah, he's been investing for the past half year, 6 months or so. Yeah.
Allison, how has it been watching Grayson grow as an artist?
It's been amazing. What I love about Grayson is that he has like no fear. So he doesn't have, he knows somehow when to stop when something's done. He knows, it's really cool to watch him too, because he'll kind of self-teach himself. He'll go on YouTube and learn new techniques, and he learned taping techniques from that. So it's really cool because he's interested and he's investing in it, and he's trying new stuff all the time. So it's really been amazing to watch him develop his skills and flourish as an artist.
Did you expect him to have this much success in the gallery, or did you not have any expectations?
I really didn't have any expectations at first. When we heard Craig ask to see his work, we're like, is he just saying that to be nice? But when we brought everything in and I got to meet Craig and the rest of you guys at the gallery, it was amazing. And I don't know, I mean, I didn't really have any expectations. I thought his work was excellent and super creative, as did my husband, Rob. But we didn't really have any expectations. And then there was momentum, and here we are. What is it, like about 2 years later almost? And he sold many, many pieces, and it's been amazing to watch, really, and how it inspires him too. I know he mentioned earlier, you know, he's happy when they sell, but it keeps him motivated and going too, because it's like, oh, somebody likes my work, and it's kind of an evolution from there.
Where do you think his creativity came from?
His artistic abilities comes from his dad's side of the family. Both his dad's grandparents, so on his grandmother, his Grayson's great grandmother and great grandfather, they were both artists. And Rob, his dad, is an incredible artist. We have a little bit of artwork on the wall here. He's been incredible. He did a lot of art when he was young, and still paints today. So that side comes from definitely his dad's side of the family. And then when Gray was young, I did a lot of stuff with him, just going to the craft store and crafting, and we colored a lot while he was growing up, remember? Lots of coloring.
Mm-hmm.
So we would go and, you know, go to the hobby store and get like craft kits and build stuff. So I always enjoyed that kind of stuff. So we did that. That was something that we bonded with while he was, when he was younger. And we still paint together too. So we did art class together for a little bit. I'm sure he'll talk about that.
That's awesome. Where do you find these art classes?
So I just Googled, honestly, local artists or local art teachers for kids, and looked at a bunch of stuff and looked at reviews, and we found My Painting Place up in Scottsdale. And Corinne has been incredible. We started doing paint class together, and it was just us two on a Tuesday night for like 3 hours. And we had so much fun doing it. It was so awesome to see his first piece of work. And she's been very inspiring to him, and kind of pushes him out of his comfort zone and doing things that he doesn't even know to consider doing. So it's been really awesome. Yeah.
So I know that your mom mentioned that you, Grayson, you get inspired, you know, when you sell a piece, it makes you want to keep doing more. What other kinds of things inspire you?
I like to see other people's arts and how and some things they do, and I like to make up my own like little supplies, because I took like those water balloon things that you attach on the hose and a bunch of them pop up. I took that and took the water balloons off so I can make a bunch of little dots.
That's so innovative. That's so interesting. I know that you like to experiment with different techniques. Like you said, you really like taping and stuff, and I know you've been using gold leaf. Are there any other techniques you want to try, like watercolor or maybe like oil paint?
I want to learn how to use watercolors and oil paints, because I want to learn how to use different types of paints and learn more techniques on the way.
Very nice. What has your favorite technique been right now?
I like to put the paint on the canvas with my palette knives, because I can get more shapes.
Allison, how do you encourage Grayson?
You know, a lot of times we'll go on a trip or we'll go somewhere, and I'll be like, that's really cool. It'd be something really cool to paint. This is actually one of them. We went to the Tetons this summer in Wyoming, and I'm like, what do you remember from the trip? And he's like, I'm gonna paint this. So we do stuff like that. You know, and a lot of it's like, just go in the room and play, you know, go and experiment with different colors, different tools. We have a lot of different types of tools. So, you know, it's just kind of pushing him out of his comfort zone. And also, you know, with his art teacher, sometimes we'll talk about, you know, what are different things that we can, like if he's been doing something for a little while, in order to get him out of that motion and try something different, to see how he can incorporate that into future work. We talk about that a little bit. And then, like I mentioned earlier, he he YouTubes stuff, and he's just creative, right? He sees something. You know, we were in New York last year, and we just walked around to some galleries, and he's like, I like that. And we took a picture and wrote down the artist so we could refer back to it and see and talk about, like, what do you like about that you might want to incorporate into your work. This one back here, some of that I think came from a little bit of that trip with the colors that kind of pop in the background.
Oh, that one was gonna be kind of like that one, but
Oh yeah.
but I screwed it up with the ink, so I just put a bunch of stuff on it.
Yeah. Well, and that's actually a good point, because he'll just paint something, and then if he doesn't like it, he'll let it dry, and then he'll try something different on it, and then it creates different textures that he likes, and then he incorporates those textures into future work. So he doesn't get down. You know, when, like for me, if I mess something up, I get stuck. He doesn't. He just uses that and builds upon it. And it's really, really neat to watch.
What impact does Grayson's work being shown in a gallery, what impact does that have on you guys?
You know, like I mentioned earlier, it's nothing that we expected. I think it inspires him, which we love. I think also, you know, for Grayson, he's not into sports so much. He really loves kind of more independent things like painting. And it's an awesome way for us to be able to celebrate. Now, a lot of times with kids who play a lot of sports, you go to their games and they have tournaments and, you know, they win or they lose. But this is a different way for us to be able to celebrate Grayson and what he loves to do, which is, I think, really special.
I have one last question for you, Grayson. If you could tell any younger kids that are watching this that maybe won't have as much confidence as you, if you could tell them one thing, what would you tell them to help them?
Yeah.
You know, keep trying, because it wasn't
I
like.
could tell them to keep trying, because when in painting, you can always paint over something, or you can always make something into something else.
That's really good advice.
I appreciate that you give me the opportunity to sell my art here. That you didn't not accept me.
Well, you have helped us. We're here. Craig's mission is to help students like yourself, and so you've helped us, you know, achieve that mission. We are a space for people like you and artists like you. So thank you for being one of our artists. We appreciate it. Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Have a great one.
You too. Bye.
Bye.